Nothing like being the savior of Hyrule and also being broker than a dollar store hooker. Look, even Beetle looks down on us. Well, in today's video, we're going to be solving all of your money problem woes and showing you how to duplicate the Hylian shield so you can have tons of the best shields in the game. Now, we're going to start with making money. There's a few different ways that you can do this, but I'm going to show you the best way to make the most amount of money fast. There's two different things we can do to start this off. You can head south to the Lanaryu Sky Archipelago. There is a Skyview tower right here at Mount Lanaryu that you can launch out of, and then you're gonna head all the way over to this location right here. If you followed my wingsuit video, you've probably been here. You can go to this shrine, and inside of this shrine is going to be a diamond in the chest. If you've already gotten this and you've used your diamond already, now if you still don't have a diamond or you can't get one from that shrine, there's a couple different things that we can do. If we head to Goron City, if you have already gotten past where they're just stuck eating all the meat, you can actually buy a diamond here for 1,000 rupees, which I know it takes money to make money, ladies and gentlemen. It's a hard price to pay for infinite money. If you can do this, go ahead and pick one up. If not, the next best thing is going to be any of the dragon horns. You're gonna make a little bit less money per hour, but it's still going to work really well. Now that we've got some of the highest value items in the game, we're going to duplicate them to be able to sell these bad boys. And to do this, all you need access is to 2 bows. They can be any bows really, as long as you have access to 2 of them. You're going to equip one of these bows, and then we're going to aim as if we're going to fire. We're going to hit up on the D-pad, and we're going to equip it. I'm going to use the Nadra's horn right now. If you have a diamond, then use your diamond. If you feel uncomfortable with testing this for your first few times, make sure to make a save game before you start. Now that we've got this, we don't want to fire the bow. We want to go into our menu. Once you're in the menu, you're going to select the bow that you have equipped and you're going to drop it. You're then going to re-equip any other bow in your inventory. And then now this is the hard part. Once you get used to the timing, it becomes easier and easier. But what we need to do is we need to leave this menu and come back to it as quick as possible. ++ works great, or B+ works as well, but I feel like ++ is faster for me. So what we're going to do is exit and re-enter this menu as quick as possible. There we go. That might not have been fast enough, but if it was, we're going to drop this weapon, going to leave this menu, and we're going to pick up our 2 bows. If we did it right, we should have an extra horn. That wasn't fast enough. This duplication glitch can be really finicky, and it does just come down to how quick you can get in and out of that menu. But I did read through a lot of comments on my last duplication video, and I think we've come up with a way to ensure that your success rate is much higher than before. We're going to use 3 bows instead of 2 now, and we're going to change the process very slightly. You're going to draw your bow just as you did before. You're going to hold up on the D-pad. I was just able to get this done 7 times in a row. And the second that you go to fuse the item you're trying to duplicate, you need to get into your menu as quick as possible. If you did it right, you should get this really nice green effect on the background. We're going to drop this weapon, equip a new one, and we're going to go out and into this menu as quick as possible. Hopefully you did it fast enough. You're going to drop this weapon, equip another one, and we're going to do it again. You're going to drop that weapon and then pick up all 3. You still have to do it fast, but for some reason not as fast as before, and it's much more reliable. And if you did it right, you should have an extra item of whatever you're trying to duplicate. Once you've duplicated a decent amount of items, just head to any shop. Ask them to buy your stuff, and quite frankly, you only really need 10 items to be able to make a decent amount of money. Using these horns, with just 10, you can make 3,000 rupees. With diamonds, you can make 5,000. It only takes just a few minutes once you get the hang of it. Now I'm going to show you how to duplicate the Hylian shield, and you might be wondering, why do I really want to do that? It can't really break anyways. I'll tell you why right now. There are so many cool things that you can do with fusion and shields, and if you have multiple unbreakable shields, there's a lot of fun that you can do. For instance, if you fuse a Nadra horn to a Hylian shield, you can have a permanent shield that when you use the parry function near an enemy, it will freeze them right in their tracks. This can come in so handy and honestly makes combat a joke. Alternatively, you could have a shield that you can constantly use bombs with, never take any damage, and completely destroy all of the enemies around you all the time. Essentially, having multiple shields that can't break is going to unlock so many fun things for you to do throughout Tears of the Kingdom. Now, we're actually going to do this process in Tarrytown because this might actually be an even better way to duplicate items, and you can do it with very high success. Now, if you've never been to Tarrytown, it's near the northeast corner of the map on this little island right here. There's going to be this little dude here that's going to come in very important in a moment, but right now, let's go over exactly how you need to make this work. We're going to open up our menu. and we're going to equip the item we want to duplicate. In this instance, we want to equip the Nadra shield, which is our Hylian shield and our Nadra horn equipped onto it. And then we're going to exit the menu and then re-enter the menu. We're going to go over to the settings and we're going to save a new save game. Once you've saved, head back over to the shield menu, and then we're going to drop this shield. We're then going to equip another shield that we are okay losing because we're going to use this as our duplication shield, which is going to be our royal shield. From here, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the previous glitch. We want to get out and back into this menu as quick as possible. We can use ++ for this or B+, whichever you're more comfortable with. Once you do that, go ahead and drop this shield and then head right over to the settings menu and load the previous save that we just made. If you did the menu glitch fast enough, you're going to notice that we have the Hylian shield on our back, and there's also one on the ground. So now we have two Nadra shields. And if you want, what you can do is you can walk over to Dude Bro here, and you can pay him 20 rupees to break down an item. If we break down this shield, we can run over here to pick up the Nadra horn as well as our Hylian shield. So now we've got an extra Hylian shield as well as an extra Nadra horn. It's a pretty fantastic way to duplicate your shield, and it can come in really handy. But not only that, you can also do this with bows and weapons. Maybe you just got your first Savage Lionel bow or another favorite weapon. Just go ahead and equip this bad boy, exit out of the menu, back in, go to the save menu again, set up a new save. Then we're going to go back to the bows. You're going to drop the bow, equip any new bow, and we're going to do the same thing. You exit out and back in as quick as possible. And if you did it quick enough when you come back, there's going to be an extra Savage Lionel bow or whatever weapon you decided to duplicate sitting on the ground. Now, if you really want to get crazy with this, there's a thing that you can do before you start duplicating your weapons. If you open up your map and head to Goron City at the northeast corner of the map, you can go to this shrine right here, then follow the road over this way, and you're going to head to this location right here. On the other side of this, you're going to see an Octorok. These things are really cool. What we can do is we can drop, say, this Savage Lionel bow. You can drop that bad boy on the ground. It's going to suck it inside its dirty little mouth, and then it's going to spit it back out at you. You notice that little sparkle, right? Now, if we pick this bad boy back up, you're going to notice that now we have attack +4 on it. Now, not only does it give a status increase on whatever it goes inside of it, it also fully repairs it. So now it's perfectly repaired. Now, unfortunately, these Octorok are only able to do this once per blood moon per Octorok. So if we squirt it back into that one, you'll see it didn't give us a little sparkle and it did not repair our weapon. But thankfully, there's a bunch of Octorok around the map. I think there's about 10, and 3 of them are just right here outside of Goron City. You got one right here and another up here. So you can do this once per Octorok to repair and or re-roll stats on your weapon. So you can do it about 10 times per blood moon, which really is not that bad. And what's great about duplicating this item is now that every time we duplicated this Savage Lionel bow, it'll have the attack up +4 on every single one that we duplicated. Same thing that happened with this Hylian shield, where we got the shield guard up +5 on the duplication one.